Hello, and welcome to another challenge. We're on day 21, 4 days until Christmas, y'all. Still in the blue teaming section. The title is Needles and Computer Stacks. Let me start my machine while I read the story. Grinch Enterprises has been very sneaky this year. Let me go back down. Using multiple attack vectors, both known and unknown, to wreak havoc across the best festival company. It's 4 days before Christmas, and there's still so much work that needs to be done. McBlue, the only technical person, has suggested using automation and tooling to detect malicious files across the network. Can we work with him to remove the malicious files from the network? So, in this challenge, we're going to learn about Yara and Yara rules and basic structure of Yara and how we can use it. So, what is Yara? It's a multi platform tool used to match patterns of interest in malicious files, created by Victor Alvarez from Virus Tools, and it's used to perform research on malware families and identify malware with similar patterns. Okay, Yara rules are very widely used in the industry for the above mentioned purposes, and a lot of open source repository of Yara rules shared by different orgs, and people have leveraged that in the security community to fight against malware. And so this GitHub repository contains some open source repositories. So here's the basic syntax of a Yara rule. So the rule name. We have meta, so which is the metadata, the author, the description, when it was created, strings, text strings, and then conditions, and that's where we're using the strings, and then we have operators, and we have a and operator. So let's talk a little more about that. um, so a string is started with a dollar sign symbol, as we can see here, and that's what we use to create a string variable. And so we have conditions, and in these conditions we have specific keywords. We see the and keyword, but there are others, or and not. So with the and keyword, it says that both of these conditions have to be true. So it's saying that the text in this example, the text has to be true, and the hex string has to contain 4D and 5A. And if that condition is true, then this rule would kick. It would fire. Or the or operator specifies that one of these conditions has to be true, meaning that text string could be true, hex string could be false, hex string could be true, text string could be false, or both of these can be true. But if both of these are false, the rule will not fire. So with and, it's all or nothing. So that means both of these have to be true. So you have a 25% chance for the rule to fire. You have a 1 in 4 chance. With or, you have a 75% chance because you have 3 out of 4 chances for it to fire. And then not is saying if I have, and it's only with one of them. So for instance, for the hex string, it will be not. Not hex string would mean any hex string that does not contain 4D and 5A. And I just explained that right here. Now, metadata. So this is optional, but in an important section. It starts with the keyword meta, and I So in our example, we have author, description, and created. They're easy to understand and pretty much self-explanatory. So now we're going to write our rule, and let's open a text editor, and we're going, can I copy this? So we have a test file that has the EICAR um, antivirus. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to see if this pastes. And that does not work. Great. So let me type. Okay, meta. And I'm trying to the indentation as I'm seeing it here, I'm trying to make sure that matches because that's probably going to be very important. So again, you want to make sure that the indentation matches. Because in some languages or programs, if the indentation does not match, it will not work. So the syntax is very important. So it looks like I am, yeah, see, this wasn't right. So see, I was one off. Okay. Okay. So we have, let me close this. And so what we created this EICAR Yara meta. So the author is try hack me. The description is the EICAR string. We're going to try to detect the EICAR string. The string we're trying to detect is X50, EICAR, antivirus, and test. So what we're saying is the condition is all of these have to be true. So it's saying, hey, if we see A, B, C, and D, fire this rule because that means we have the EICAR string. So I'm going to save this. And let me save it to the desktop. And EICAR Yara. I'm going to minimize that. Now we're going to run it. So I'm going to open a terminal. And I'm going to go to the desktop because that's where we are. And I'm going to say Yara EICAR Yara test file. Yara M. EICAR Yara test file. Let's see. Yara EICAR Yara test file. Did I forget something? Oh, okay. So, okay, so okay, going back, so I know why it didn't kick off because I have a 0 here, and in the and opening the test file, it has a O. So I'm going to change this to an O. Now I'm going to run this again. Now it hit because it fired. And why did it fire? Because going okay. I have multiple because this string was found. This pattern was found. And in the Yara rules, it was like, yep, I found all of them. X50 EICAR antivirus test. So it's like, remember, with and, it's all or nothing. So in the beginning, when I was running it with 0, and I want to do it again and run it, it didn't find it because the first condition failed. And it was like, nope, this condition failed, so I'm not going to kick off because it failed. So you have to be really careful with your conditions and how stringent you want to be. And operators are the most stringiest of them all. It's all or nothing with and. It either is or it isn't. So you have to be very sure with and. It's like if you are doing, if you're using operators and you're noticing it's not working and you're using the and operator, chances are one of your conditions is not true and you need to figure out what's going on. Okay. So I'm going to change this back to O because going back here to answer. So we got that. And I'm going to say Yara M. And Yara M, that returns the metadata when the rule is hit. So again, the metadata here is author and description. And the S prints the string that matches the file. So again, the string will be this here, these four strings here. So yeah. Okay, it looks like they changed. They changed it. Okay, that's why they changed it. So we changed the text in the string A as shown in the EICAR. We wrote from x5 O to x50. That is, we replaced the letter O with the number 0. The condition for the Yara rule is A and B and C and D. If we were to only make a if we were if we are to only make a change to the first Boolean operator in this condition, what Boolean operator shall we replace and with in order to for the rule to still hit or? And I'm gonna show you. So let's change this back and let's change this. It hit. Why? Because it's saying B, C, and D have to be true. A does not. So you could think of this as imagine parentheses around B, C, and D. So B, C, and D have to be true, and you could take or leave A. So it's like A has to be true, but it really, if it's true, great, but it doesn't have to be. Okay, what option is used in the Yara command in order to list the metadata for the rules that hit? That's dash M. What section contains information about the author? Oh, metadata. What option is used to print only rules that do not hit? When change the Yara rule value for the A string to x50. Rerun the command, but this time with the C option. What is the result? Okay, so let's one. Uh, did I not do this correctly? Okay, 0. Okay, so I had to change it back to the and. Changed it. I changed it back to the and. What option is used to print only rules that do not hit? So let's see. Okay, I'm gonna say your options. Okay, your options. That's fine. Oh, no, I was trying to look for help. Options is what we type. So, Yara H? Okay. Uh, so, fail on warnings. No warnings, print. Okay, dash in. Yep, negate. Print only not satisfied rules, so negate. So the wording is kind of funky, but yeah. So I just went to the help. I went to. I thought that was the help, but it was just the options that you put in. So that was actually kind of cool. I never played with Yara before, and yeah, that was great. So I can't wait to see you in the next challenge. And like, we're getting closer to Christmas, and we're going to defeat the Grinch. So see you in the next challenge. Have a good day. Bye.